Good. Who knows? Okay, sorry, I was listening to the Derek Jackson interview, which is very good, by the way. I'm on part two, and it is good. I listened to his wife. Hers was good, like she gave a lot of detail. Um, hers was okay. And then listening to his side, it gives me a lot of perspective in like both of them. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's really good. I really enjoy his. I enjoy his more than hers because she did. You know, I don't know. Hers was. I enjoyed hers, to be honest. He's just a little more. Seemed like insightful. She was very insightful as well because they gone through some counseling, right? But you could tell. But then I could start seeing how crazy she was. I could see her crazy. I don't think she could see her crazy, but I was able to start seeing her crazy. Like there was a time, I think it was in part two of her interview, where she started talking about how she wasn't just going to one counselor, but she was seeing several counselors at the same time for the same issues. And to me, that don't even make sense for real. But it's just about, having money and being able to just throw it about the way you want. Um, because she has two counselors, right? Two therapists, should I say. They weren't even counselors, they were therapists. Now, right now, I'm on part two of his, and part two is when he's starting to dive into uh when they when the issues came about. And literally, I know people put all the blame on him, but it's really a they. It's both of them. And so she had some insight. I'm like she have insight, of course, after the fact of why she reacted certain ways, and he has his insight as well. And you would probably think, well, damn, we see why he acted certain ways. So it's not about fault, right? This is a couple who's married. It's not always about placing blame, y'all. Sometimes you listen to their stories, especially after they've gone through counseling and things like that, and they start seeing how everything kind of, I don't know if you want to say developed or fell apart, but yeah, yeah. It sounds like at the part that I'm listening to at this point is when he's talking about her being into religion, like how in depth she went, and how it started to become, you know, like for me, it would have been crazy. But then again, he said he was a religious guy. Like I learned a lot about Derek listening to his interview. I was like, wow, okay, he was already. And when this man said that he makes seven figures, man, seven figures. He didn't say six figures. He said seven. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm not here to talk. I'm here to sew. Okay, I'm quitting YouTube, so that's why I was signed on to my own channel on the other channel. Yeah, I'm the only reason I ain't delete that account is because I still want to go on other people's channels and stuff like that. But I don't think I'm going on my panel. Yeah, I don't think I'm going on that panel, doing panels anymore. I think I'm done. Okay. Yeah, I'm done. And the main reason I'm done is because wow, I'm like, I don't. Yeah, I'm just done. Anyway, yeah, something happened like last week, and I just was feeling like, wow, like I was like, whoa. Was it something real bad? No, but to me, I felt like disrespected a little bit. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I did, and I don't even know. You know, they probably don't know because it was really, man, I'm not gonna go into it. I don't want to. I don't have to explain. I'm just not. Okay, here we go. Let me start this camera. I had the camera already running, but I don't really use it that way. I usually do a third party kind of app, which is this one. Yeah. Okay, so I'm on this machine, right? And I'm testing to see if I could. Well, it's a fairly thin bag. It's the same one that y'all saw me make yesterday, but a different bag, of course, right? And the difference between this one and that one is some of the materials I'm using is a little thinner. So I'm gonna see if I can sew it on this machine. Now, I'm not sure if I think this foam might give it me a problem. So on this one, I made, remember on the other one was I made a skull, right? And brought it a skull. On this one, I embroidered a cross. And I made it an applique, which means I put some of the fabric that I'm using here, I put in the center, and then I had it embroidered the cross. Okay. And that's cute. And so I'm gonna see if I can sew it. Now I'm gonna be honest, I think the foam might give me issues. It shouldn't, but it may. So I'm gonna test it out. And I hope I can sew it on here. The vinyl didn't give me much of a problem at all. This is thinner vinyl. Then this is called this is vegan leather. Okay, this is a vegan leather. So it's a difference than the vinyl. Let's see. I don't have a piece of the vinyl close by, do I? Well, anyway, I think I showed y'all yesterday. Y'all probably couldn't hear me at the time, but it's thinner. Okay. And so what I've already done is I based it on the foam on both the panels. On this one, I took it out of the seam allowance. And I'm probably going to do that with this one as well. And then maybe that'll make it easier for me to sew. So I'm going to do that now. Also, I kind of just glued this on. I took some glue, I put it on the foam, and then I laid it on there, and then I cut around it. Okay. That's why it's fitting. But now I'm gonna kind of lift if I can. Some parts are glued down, so and it's been glued there for a while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do my very best to try to get some of that out of there. Should be able to tear it off if I need to. Okay. That might make it easier, but really it's just foam and it squishes. But I think the problem would be that the needle, when it goes in and come out, it may cause some skip stitches. And if that happens, then I will have to sew this on the machine downstairs. But I'm hoping I don't have to, because I'll be honest, I prefer this machine when I'm sewing. I'm still learning the one downstairs. I did very well yesterday. Because I looked at a few videos finally and learned a little bit. Okay, I learned a little bit, yes. I haven't gone to sleep. I've been up all night. I was over there. First, I started out on Big J's channel, and then I went over to what's his name? GMT's channel. Just playing around with some foods. Yeah, and I do want to. I would like to go live on the channel because there's a lot of things I want to talk about. Oh Lord, yes, I've been going around YouTube for the last week, and I have come across some funny videos. I've had conversations that I would like to review, but I'm just not doing it now because there's no benefit for me. Like I was on a panel, and I watch people who come over to my channel all the time. While I was on somebody else's channel, they asked that person for their cash app. I was thinking, what? Like, this person has never sent me a cash app ever. And they own a channel, you know what I mean, that they only there because of me, really. And I was like, damn. My channel doesn't make money, honestly, and in fact, I end up spending money. Like Zoom costs a lot of money, and the only reason that I kept doing it this year is because people did. That was, I think, like 4 people gave money so I could pay for Zoom this year. I think it was 4 of you. Yes. And so I felt a little like, okay, let me try to stick this out, but yeah, no. I figured, yeah, I've lost money messing with my channel, to be honest. I've sown things for people when they ask me to make it, and then they forget all about it. Like that has happened several times, and I don't feel like um yeah, I don't like that at all. Yeah. Truly, I can do a sewing channel for real, for real. Like I could really just do a sewing channel, make my own patterns, and make money. You know, but I do need money, just like everybody else. I got so many things going on in my family. Like I'm at a certain age, so I have aunts and uncles passing away, and this shit is getting to be too much for me. Um, so last week, 2 of my aunts passed away. The week before that, an uncle passed away. Last month, a little cousin passed away. Uh, it's like too young. Like one of my little cousins was killed. You know, 12 years old. 11. I'm sorry, 11 years old. 11 years old. And the story behind that is serious. It's crazy. You know what I mean? I feel like I don't handle that very well. I really don't handle that very well at all. Okay, so see, this is light, right? And I did put foam. It's like a foam on the back. No, I'm sorry. This is fleece. Fleece. So if you end up putting cell phone, iPad, or even a laptop, but you cannot put a laptop in the bag. I didn't make it big enough. But if I would have made it a little bigger, yes. Or if I would have just made it a basic shape, besides this coffin shape, you would be able to put a laptop in it. It's really not a very small bag. Okay, it ends up being quite thick, as far as the width of the bag. I think the last one, yes, I mean, if I'm correct, it was like 5 inches. This one, I think I toned it down to 3. Let me see. This is the gusset of the bag. I've already thrown the gusset together. So right now it's at 4 1/4, but that's without me sewing it. And so I'm gonna take off like a 1/4 of an inch on each side. So it's gonna be like 3.5 in depth. That means wide. Okay. As far as the length of the bag, because I made this pattern myself. So that's why and I told you I make bags in twos. So right now it's at 13 inches long, but we gotta count for a seam allowance on the top and bottom. So that should put me at about 12 inches long, and the width of this is right now at 10 inches at this point. 10 inches. So I'm gonna put it at what I said this was. I know it's by 9, but I said this was 10, 12 by 9. So this is 12 by 9, which is a nice size bag. Now, because of the shape of the bag, the top and the bottom is shorter than the midpoint of the bag. So that's what makes this bag smaller. Because if I'm correct, I did this at 8 inches. No, I did this at 6 inches. So we got to take some of that. So it's about 5 inches at the top and the bottom. See, so that's as far as it being wide. That's the smallest part, which is the very top, very bottom. The very top is where the zipper, of the zipper going like this and here, right? And then, yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna check. I was able to make this gusset on this machine, and it was no problem. And it looks really good. I put the D-rings on so the person can carry it as a crossbody or just a shoulder bag. And I'm also which I'm about to do now. Wait, let me check and see. I didn't finish this, okay? I finished it. Now I'm gonna tell you, the first one gave me some issues, so this is the second one where I'm hoping to perfect what the issues were, right? So this one is really different. And I'm a little concerned. Okay. Remember when the person draft their own patterns, you have to really you draft the pattern and then you sew it. And if any issues, you resew it, right? And to try to fix the issues. So that's what I'm doing. The first one came out okay. I knew my gusset ended up being a little too long. I don't really do I think I'm gonna thinking about putting rivets. But now if I purchase a pattern, I'm gonna tell you it's a savings, but it's like I don't have much. I don't want to spend, damn here $10 for a pattern that I'm gonna have to probably edit anyway. If that makes sense. I don't know why I just did what I just did. That was crazy. This machine, I don't have to do any of that. This machine self-threads. It's called a thread assist. The assist, when I push this button, it threads the needle for me. The one downstairs, y'all saw me, I have to put it in myself. Okay. This machine is so much easier than that one down there. Let's see. When I did this, did I have that on? Nope, I did not. Okay. Now, now this is my issue right now. Okay, so the last bag I did use foam all around the bag. I used foam at the top. I used foam in the on the sides everywhere, right, front and back. For this bag, I'm considering not using foam everywhere. It won't be as structured, but I think I am going to use foam. But what I did, use batting. The batting, did I put batting? I did put batting on this, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think it's gonna be structured enough. No, I mean, like, now do the top need to be structured? It doesn't. But maybe in the sides, I think the front and the back will keep the sides up. But I am considering putting a piece of foam at the very bottom. At the very bottom right here. And I'm gonna see how that comes out. The bag itself will still be a good bag. Now I could just use some foam in here, but if I'm correct, I do have foam on this inner fabric. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put a little strip of foam in there. I'm sorry, I have fleece in there. Fleece. This is fleece. It's fleece. It's lightweight, but it adds structure to the fabric. So you add it to the fabric, and it gives it a little, and it also makes it very, like if you put a phone in the bag so it won't crash and just hit something hard. It got some softness to it. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm considering now, once I get the pattern together, then I could sell it. I was thinking about, selling my patterns for reasonable prices. When people want to sell a pattern for $10, $12, $13, $15, I'm thinking, oh my God, I could draft that same pattern. And of course, add or take away things, make a basic pattern, and sell it. Okay. So, okay, so since I'm still trying to see if I want to add foam, and I'm going to do is the back panel. The front panel, this is the front panel. Oh, this is the back panel. So the back panel, I do want it to be like a backpack as well. This is going to be the front. It's going to be the back of the bag. Front, back. Okay. So I have to put something to make to where if the person want to wear this as a backpack. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Let's just not the one. This is vinyl. This is vegan leather. Okay. This is vinyl. Let me see if y'all can see it. And this is vegan leather. Vinyl is a little thicker. The vegan leather is a lot lighter. Okay. So so I need to make 3. I've already sewn this. Okay. I took a piece, I folded it in, and then I sewed down both sides. And this is going to end up being 3 pieces. So I need to make sure that I have enough to make it 3, but I need to be long enough. So as you see, I put that on, and I'm going to cut that. Okay, so that's 1. I'm going to put a pin on it real quick. Okay. That one. I do need to be a little longer, just to make sure I catch it when I'm sewing. It don't have to be too long though. I noticed on the other one. And the third one. I'm gonna make this one a little longer. I'm gonna just use this whole one because that's too small to make 2. And since this is the larger one, I'm gonna make this the upper portion of the bag. Okay. So if y'all haven't looked at the Derek Jackson, if you haven't seen the white one, I would recommend. I think it's a good listen to. I think she was, but she has some personality to her. She explains some things, and he didn't deny much of what she said, but he just gave his perspective, and I think like it's a valid perspective because she admits some of the things. Okay, so the thing about sewing, I think I told y'all, now watch me, sewing is about putting pieces together like a puzzle. And so the pieces line up. Now, when you, even if you are a professional or a beginner, you will understand that there's things called markings or notches or things that you transfer to the pattern. To the piece that makes it fit. So if you look closely, you see I have a notch there. I have a notch here and here, and a little one there. These are just so I know that's the midpoint. What I did was I took the first thing I did in order to get the ones on the side, I put the bottom to the bottom, and I folded it in that, and I marked. That tells me that's the midpoint going this way. To get the one at the top, I put those markers together and folded that way, and I did a little flip, and that's how I got the markers at the top and the bottom. So that tells me the center points, right? So I'm gonna take one of these, and for the book bag portion at the top, I'm going to center this to this, and I'm gonna clip it there because I'm gonna sew that into place. Okay, so that's the midpoint. Okay, eyeballing does not work with a lot of these things, y'all. Sometimes you want to be as precise as you can. Okay, nothing will be perfect, but you don't want a lopsided bag. You don't want the person to put this bag. Oh, this doesn't go on the side of the head. You don't want a person to put a bag on their back and it be lopsided because you had this too far to the right or left, right? Now, I know that I want this to go at least 2 inches up from the bottom. And I know it looked like it's going to be weird because that's 2 inches is a lot, I guess, going upwards. But it's not really because it's a piece that's not sewn yet. And so we're going to take some of that, and when I sew, it's not going to look like it's 2. So I do want this 2 inches up. And I don't want it to be straight like this. I want it to kind of go diagonal like that. Okay, so that's 2. Let me see. That's at the 2-inch. I want to make sure that the bottom, I have to make sure also that I don't end up I kind of did want this short, these two shorter than I should have been, because I'm gonna be cutting real close when I sew this. But I do want that to be closely in. Okay. I have to make sure I catch that bottom down there. And then we're gonna do 2 inches up on this side as well. And then we're gonna the honest truth is I could have drawn a line and kind of did it that way. Like I could line this up with this bottom, where I have that bottom portion, and put that like that. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you do want it close to perfect as you can get it. And so if you can see, you want that like that and like that. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just kind of just stitch it in place. Just put a little stitch there, there, and there. Okay. Let's see what else I have to do after I do that. I could have did something else differently too, which I was thinking about, which maybe with the next one, I could have put a strip here and on the strip, put the D-rings. I put one to this side and that side. I think that's cool. Sometimes I do it for the top, right? I put the top, put a strip here, and put the D-ring coming up. So the D-ring. So there's multiple ways I could design this. Okay. I think y'all saw me do something similar to that on one of my big backpacks. It also becomes like if I put a different color there, it will become like a decorative thing too. Or if I put it here and did a different color instead of black, it will become both functional and decorative. I think that would be cute because this is shaped like a coffin, but I'm not going to do it because that's not what I plan to do. Okay. So I want that there. I'm cutting it close just on this side. I couldn't put it like that, but I just think the angle up. Okay, the angle up kind of gives it a better thing. Okay. I was considering putting something on here on the back, but I didn't think it needs anything. Okay, so I'm about to put this on, and then after I do that, I may do the strap. But I actually could, since I'm about to, I actually could put the what you call them on and just stitch all around it. Put this to the back. think I had said I want the so I made a pocket, but it's not a zipper pocket. I I think I may have showed y'all, but I don't think y'all was able to hear me. Um, let's see if I can find it. Nope, nope. Okay, so I made one and I made a zipper pocket. See, I put a zipper here and the zipper as a pocket. Okay, but I decided not to use this because I'm gonna be honest. I think I made the zipper too close to the edge. Now I'm not sure. I think I know I could get around that curve when I sew it, but then the zipper would still be really close. So let me show y'all. So you got to take account, and that's the thing about drafting patterns. I can't draft a pattern and then sell a pattern that's gonna have people making messed up things, right? They shouldn't have to adjust my pattern any unless they want to. So the smallest seam allowance that I normally use, most of us use, is a quarter inch, right? So I want y'all to understand that even though this, when I measured this, remember when I measured it, I gave you a certain measurement. But then I said, well, there's something called a seam allowance. So I'm explaining what a seam allowance is, and hopefully you'll understand what I mean. So in order for me to sew this piece to this piece, which I'm not, right? I'm not sewing this piece to this piece, but I'm using an example. For me to sew this piece to that piece, I have to actually sew it, right? Now, let's say I put this on there and I start sewing. I can't, you don't sew right on the edge, right? Because if you sew right on the edge, the needle doesn't even get on the fabric. If I sew a little bit on the edge, let's say 1/8 of an inch, which is very small, that still would be a 1/8 seam allowance. That's quite small for people though. Usually when you do a scat or a very small stitch like that, it's functional. Might be catching something just to, like for instance, when I put this back on, I can go as small as I want because when I actually sew it together, I don't want that little stitch that I'm about to put on here. I don't want to show. I want to act like it never was there. So yeah, I could do something real small, but in order for you to attach two pieces together, you have to sew them together. Now, if I sew it together, then that means wherever I put the stitch, I lose a portion of the fabric. Does that make sense? Let me see. I don't want to use one that I'm using. So let's say I mark 1/4 of an inch and I mark the line. When I do that, that line is where I'm going to sew, right? That means everything to the left of those stitches is gone. It's no longer a part of the bag. It's what's holding the bag in place, but when I measure it, it's going to be gone. If that makes sense, I'm saying it correctly. No, I'm not. I hope I'm saying it when you understand. I know what I'm saying is correct. Sometimes I'm just not sure if I'm saying it where people can understand it. Okay, because it's so simple to me in my mind. I'm trying to figure out how to say it to non-sewers. But that's what a seam allowance is. Now, the reason I'm even explaining that because, when I came back to sewing and I decided to do some YouTube education, people were using terms that I did not learn. So I'm gonna be honest, I didn't learn seam allowance. That's not. I don't remember my grandmother or even in class them using the term seam allowance. But then again, I just knew that's the seam. Now I'm hearing seam allowance. So that's why I'm things that I knew that I had. So when I kept hearing people say, oh, seam allowance, a fourth seam allowance, a third seam allowance, a quarter seam allowance, you know, a quarter is 1/4. Some people might say, oh, my seam allowance is a 1/4 inch. Some people may say a 1/4 inch, but they're the same, right? What else? A half. Somebody may say 3/8 of an inch. That's another way of saying 3/8 of an inch. Then you could talk about millimeters or centimeters, right? Let me see. And here in the U.S., we use inches. In other countries, they use centimeters. That's why on this side of the ruler is inches, and this side of the ruler is centimeters. And yeah, I think they claim in other countries that their garments are more likely to fit, which makes sense because they're using centimeters, right? And we're using inches. And so anything in between the inches is things like 1/8, 2/8 is really 1/4, right? 3/8, 4/8 is really 1/2. You see what I'm saying? Like, so there's multiple ways of saying certain things. But in centimeters, it's just basic, like dot, 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 dot. There's no in between of anything. You know, like we might say 14.5 inch, and they might say, wait, 14.5 inches. Let me see. 14.5 inch would be something like, if I'm correct, something like 37 centimeters. See how we say 14.5 and they go to 37. It's really easier if I had learned the centimeter, because I just put the rule down, find the 26 and put it, and that's why I stitch. But on ours, we got to know where the inches is, which is very easy. But then you got to know where is the 1/8 or where is the 1/16, right? Which is crazy because I think 1/16 is really a whole inch, right? If I'm correct, because if it was broken down in 16ths, then the 16th would be the whole inch, if I'm correct. I might be wrong on that, but I think that's right. But anyway, so yeah, it seemed like it was more confusing using centimeters, but actually it's real basic and simple. If they tell you, hey, put the line at the 36 centimeter, you put this ruler down, find 36 and mark. It's that fucking simple. And for us though, if they 30, like I said, when I said 37, let me see what 37, what I said. Oh yeah, 37 looks like it's right at, no, it's a little, looks like it's at 14, maybe 14 and 2/3. Might be, okay, I'm not exact about that. I'm just glancing. And see, that's how difficult it is. Now, for those of us who've been sewing for a while, even I, though, still have to go and see where the 3/8 or, 1/3. And so, yeah. Anyway, oh, did I take this off? I did. Messing around. Honest truth is, I'm gonna eyeball it a little. I'm gonna angle it up. Notice this end here is within the seam allowance. See that I have a part of this that's not to the edge, but as long as it's within my seam allowance. Now I can, because I created my bag, I can make my seam allowance as large or small as I want. Most people try to make it at least accommodating for sewers. So even new sewers could figure out what is a 1/4 inch or 3/8. 3/8 is a nice, give you a lot of space. But if I take 3/8 off of this bag and seam allowance, let me see. Let's go with 5/8. 5/8 is big closer to an inch than 3/8, right? So if I take 5/8, and I'm only using that because I have a guide here, I would be taking off almost an inch from this side, top and bottom. That would make this bag much smaller in the end. It does make it easier to sew though for new sewers. 5/8 is easier to sew because it gives you so much space to the left where you can guide. 1/8 is a small stitch, small little piece. And so some people might run off, including myself, by the way. I'm not perfect. And I think y'all saw me make a bag. And when I had, after I sewed it and turned it, and I said, oh, damn, I didn't catch this. But I didn't catch it because my seam allowance is small. And that's why. When I'm sewing, I hear people, when I buy patterns from people, and they say, well, make sure you use the seam allowance the person used. Well, that's not necessarily true. Well, the only thing you have to make sure is that whatever seam allowance you use on this side, you use on that side. Whatever you use on this side of the bag, you use on the other side of the bag. So you could take somebody's pattern and change the seam allowance. You could make it a larger seam allowance to make it easier for yourself, which will make the bag or whatever you're sewing smaller. Or you can use a smaller seam allowance, which would make the finished bag a little larger. Okay. Now with clothing, that's a whole different topic. If they tell you to sew at a 5/8 of a seam allowance, then sew it. Okay, to make sure that that garment fit you or whomever you're making it for. Don't play around when it comes to clothing. You have to be, you have to almost be exact with your seam allowance when you're sewing things for people to put on. Okay. Anyway, here we go. I'm gonna switch this. Just want to make sure visually that that looks about excellent. You don't have to be perfect. And I'm just what they call basting it on. I mean, I'm gonna use the largest stitch length, and I just want to baste it on. I don't want to use this book that I have. I could though. I really could. I don't want to though. I am though. This is on. I'll put that right at the edge. I just want to baste this on. Basting it doesn't. Okay. I'm not gonna go back and forth, which I could, but I'm not. I should though, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'm gonna go back. And the reason I'm going back is because I don't want the fall. So that is on there, but it's not. It's temporary. It's a temporary stitch. Okay. Like, I don't know. Just it's not a threaded. The thread came out. Okay. I saw it when it came out. Okay, so I switch both of those on, and now we're gonna do this top one. Now the top one is a little different because I want some of that to stick out. This really have to be sewn on there. And see how I have a hangover? I want that to be so too. Oh, wait, is that missing? Yeah, it is. I kind of eyeballed that based on that mark I have. So that's on, and that's on. That's just these three is what's make this bag a backpack. Okay, so put something like that on, and now the person will be able to wear it on their back. So that's fine. Okay, so that's the back. Now what I'm gonna do is I have to decide which. Oh yeah, I was showing y'all. I got what I thought. I was showing you the difference. So this is a zipper pocket, which you can see the zipper here. If you look on this side, this is the pocket portion. Okay. And then I decided not to use a zipper because I didn't have a black zipper. See, I don't really like this color zipper. And the white one I had was, I did have a black one, but it was way shorter. To me, it, I think it was only like 6 to 8 inches, which would barely put my phone in it. I wouldn't be able to put my phone in it this way. So I decided to use this zipper. But I think it's just a little too close to the edge. In fact, I know it is because when I created this, I made it bigger. Okay. If I did a fourth of an inch, the zipper would be right in that little area. So I thought it was so, and so because I didn't have a zipper, the right color, I decided to make a welt pocket. So there's no zipper here, but it is a pocket. Mm-hmm. It's one of the pockets that be on the back of men's pants, where it looks like it's a yeah, it's just a welt pocket. That's what they call it. Yeah. And it's the same size pocket as this one. It's the pocket portion. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm not gonna use that one. I might use that one. No, I can't use that. I don't think I'd ever use that one. Unless I want to make it bigger. I could have put some fabric on the side, make it a little bigger. Could have put that. No. So when we open the bag, do we want the pocket to the back? Or do we want the pocket to the front? And those are decisions you make. I'm going to put the pocket back. And so I'm gonna quickly do, I'm gonna quickly base this on. Okay, okay. Line up the middle with the middle and add a clip. I'm not gonna put this. Even it's a put on the top. Okay. Yes. That's so big. Now, originally, I was going to put this on the back of this bag. I'm going to sew that on like that. I'll sew it on the end. We're going to have this black and white border. Yeah, but I decided not to do that. This is what we're gonna see if I could sew this on this bag. On this or not. Let me just placing this on as well. And I'm gonna do it on this side. Do want to keep my stitches long still, but I want to go close to the edge. I don't want to lose any more seam allowance. What do I want to do? Um, I'm gonna sew from the side because this side is a little bigger. So I'm gonna sew it so I can make sure I catch it. I'm using a zipper foot. If I want to sew as close to that edge as I can, which look like it should be like a 1/8 or a scant, call it a scant, which is very tiny. Yes. Oh, what's it? Get moving a little bit. The mountains. Yeah, I'm gonna measure that. Make sure. Let me see that. See the lines. That's a 4 inch. Oh, that's close too. A 4 inch is small itself. 8 is really close to a 4. I think I may have taken. I'm just gonna make sure I get the bubble. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the other side. Get the front. This side has nothing on it. Oh, I was gonna put right there to go. And let's not figure out how to put it right here. It wouldn't make another pocket here. It's a regular pocket, but I'm not. Okay. This one is pretty, you know. So, the extra. Mm, mhm. Mm, So when I cut my I just cut it a little bigger. Make sure, because sometimes when you put padding on, it makes it shorter because it gives it some. So that's why I make it bigger if I'm using padding. Okay. If you make it the exact same size, both of these, and then you put padding in between them, one of them will be shorter than the other. So make one of them bigger, usually the lining portion. One a little bit, look a little glue got right here. You got to see if I can find it later. Let me just fix that. On the skin. So can you slowly reaching into them? Okay, no, can I get that? That's good too. Okay, so really good. Right here. Where else I'm gonna put it on, but I definitely know I want one piece in here. Yeah. Put that there. I wonder if I should put some in here. Um, before I do that, just make sure it's not the fit. Here, it was doing the right here, and that looks good, yeah. And it's just, make sure this bottom, the bottom. You'll be at the bottom. And that's a great fit. That's not, yes, step on the charm. Yes, that's good to know. Because last time I had to cut in the middle to make it work. This time I made some changes. And I think I'm going to put in the sides as well. Do it again. Put that out quickly. Still got it here. Like, oh, oh, stretch. Oh, okay. Is this the bottom? No. This is the bottom. No, I just so it just I know it's Is it long? It's very stable. No, no, that was too close. It's this top, but I'm not sure. I think if I wanted to delay kind of the way the square, I should put it in, and then it'll be okay. Yeah, but unzip and zip fine. This is just so nice, and I'm gonna go on the opposite side. I'm not gonna put any other joint. I think I if I'm correct, I have police in the already, and the vinyl is a little structure, but I don't want structure at the top. I think that's the only thing about the last one that I'm not gonna follow. Yeah, like I said, the thing about this is that it is too long, and it seems like it comes with a lot. I have to, otherwise I might miss when I go to say it. See this overhang, you might not be able to see it all too. Yeah, I do that also because of the pattern. There's also a small overhang on the top on each side, and I do that on purpose as well. I know with the other one I did not cut it all even, and it was a little more difficult. In fact, I'm not sure if y'all noticed, there's a different fabric at the end. So I make when I cut the binding of the top, I cut it too small. So I had already put everything together, and I was like, oh damn. So I just went and added fabric to the edge. What kind of things you can do. Plus, that fabric goes with the rest of the inside. So, what I do, let's see. Close this. It's really a base stitch. Just to keep it. So, piece by piece. But yeah, I'm gonna say I'm hungry. It's wrong. I'm just pushing up here. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Wait a minute, what? I'm gonna put the fence point first. And it's the bottom. The clothes. It sounds like I'm gonna be a out. That clothes and not glass. Okay, done. Right there. middle, right in the middle. Let's see, I'm going to sew it down like this. So it seems like it would be easier for me to do it that way. No, I want to do it. I'm going to do it easy. So I could sew it like this, right? Up. But right now, the way the fabric wants to fall, it would be never easier for me to sew it like this. That's what I'm going to do. Start at this. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, yeah. Right. Mistake after doing me. I still have it on a long stitch. So I'm gonna change the stitch length to 4 instead of keeping it at 5. Because this is vinyl. But I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. And I'm gonna have to maybe go back over the top. I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's up the way. Oh, And then I'm sewing over a few things. I'm sewing over vinyl. I'm sewing over um, foam. Even though the foam is mainly out of my ceiling mounts. I'm mainly out of my ceiling mounts. I'm starting there. Take a look and see what's happening. Looks good, but nope. For some reason, oh, oh no, I haven't stitched that yet. Um, so that it looks really good as far as I can see. Even with it, okay, now we're gonna go to this bottom line here. And I'm gonna keep it. Wait, but I'm really bad with that. Um, and I'm gonna do this bottom. I do like to what I'm doing. Making it a whole lot easier. Yeah. Back here up. Then turn looking good. Yeah, you look excellent. This is what done in young one so far. It's a lot easier, that's for sure. But it's my materials, okay? Different materials gives you make it whether easier or harder. Okay, you got that, and we're gonna go back into that corner and then go. Make sure everything's out the way. Oh, I'm about to go over the. There we go. Yes. Yes, 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 yeah. Here we go. You know, somebody earlier um, told me, asked me, do I think I know how to rap? I was like, why did he even bring that up? And then when he decided to insult my talent, I said, well, shit, let's have a battle right now. And of course, that line has me because that's all he ever did in his life. Okay. It's weird to me how men, though, just believe men just because they're men. Everything that dude was saying on that panel was a lie. Even him being military, because at first he was talking about, that I didn't serve, and he said he don't know anybody who wore the outfit that I wore, like my uniform. Then he said that the government, in order to make the family feel a part of the military, I guess, they allow them to put on the uniform and take pictures. Now I was okay with him, like I know he's trolling and everything. It was the guys who was up there who was like, yeah, she's a liar. Oh, you got caught in a lie. I was like, dude, you're so stupid. Like, you really believe in this dude right now just because he or what? Just because he has a penis? These dudes are a big joke. Okay, to humanity. Like, these niggas need to croak over and stop breathing. That's the nice way of me saying what I just said. Just stop breathing, bitch. Just stop. Go somewhere and with your daddy Kevin Samuels and go with him. Wherever he at, that's where some of these men need to go. With their daddies. With their daddy, with their godfather, their daddy, whatever he was to them, he needs to send for them, okay? He needs to call, he needs to tell them, hey, I need you to come where I am, so they can be gone and good riddance. It means to some of these dumbass things. Come and get them, Kevin. Kevin, come and get your sons. What y'all think? Am I being too mean? Come and get your son, Kevin. Come and get your sons, baby. They need you. And you need them. They need you. And you need them. Man, it's like I have conversations with some of these people, man. It's ridiculous thing. This nigga said, oh, he used the word in your window, right? In your window. And I was like, well, no, he didn't say something in your window. I said he was blatant with it. When another man tell you to suck his dick, that's not an in your window. That's an obvious him inviting you to his penis. It was like, no, I said, you kind of in your window said you were gay. I'm like, no, he obviously, it was obvious. He didn't put a hint to it. This dude gonna make it seem like he know what he's talking about. Craziest thing, the craziest thing. I'm like, and then they laugh, they do a ha ha, you don't know what you're talking. They do that to me all the time. They be the dumbest people, man. It's always the dumbest ones. Okay, let's check, y'all. Okay, so I sewed it on, right? You see it? And so to check to make sure I caught everything, you flip the bag the right side out. Putting it out like this. Just putting the right side out. Right, putting the inside in. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? I hope y'all do. I see a problem already, but I didn't catch, and it was on this side. You'll see it when I finish pushing it out. Okay, so it is much easier the way I'm doing it. See, the shape is very defined this time, but I do have to go over. You can see where I missed right here and here, right? It looked like the only spot. It looked like, oh, and in the corners. Remember, I was picking it up in the corners, so I didn't back up enough there, and in this corner too. Okay, but that's the inside of the bag. One side of the bag, right? And so we're gonna do that again. Do some marking. I might just go around the whole bag too. I'm just trying to look at it to see if that's what I want to do. Actually, it looks really good, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, remember I did a large stitch here, a 5, and I think that's too large. You could tell when I changed it because you don't see them stitches anymore. When I changed it to a 4. And so I'm gonna go around the whole entire thing again. Which is good. Always good to go around twice with a book bag. Especially if you don't want anybody ending up putting, hopefully y'all put no bricks in this bag, right? Just a small bag. This bag not meant for bricks and shit, but I could see where I missed the stitching right there. And I did kind of in these corners. Remember, I backtracked, but then I lifted it up. Let me see. It's over here. That's where I gotta pay attention. So I'm gonna put the clips where I need to really pay attention to. And on this full side, where I need to really pay attention to my clips. But everywhere else, I'm just going over again. I do have to put right there in the corner right there, and I'm gonna know to do the corners extra tight. And I'm gonna start. Actually, I'm gonna start in the corner this time. I'm gonna start at this bottom corner. Actually, let me just start in this corner. Okay. I'm gonna go inwards a little tiny bit from where I was. That way I don't go over the same stitches because this is funny. I have it at 4. Let's put it at 3.5. Okay. And we're going to just do a scan for a change. Okay. Look like you don't really move that vinyl. There you go. Good. Good. Turn, baby, turn. One more stitch. Right there. What's up? That. We're going this corner. We're going to turn you. And we want that. Okay. This working all, baby. There we go. You want to flat. In this way. Stop. There, and we want to turn you. Yeah. Looking good, looking good. Until we get to you. Okay, here we go. Turn you up one, we go back. Turn you around. Down. Make sure that that's one. Yes, I was getting on the side where my issues were. So be very careful. Okay. Up a little bit. Turn. We go on issues. We're gonna go in a little bit. More than we did before. Sure. Sorry. Journey. Okay, let's try it. That's the second way. Second time around. Ah, Mr. Spot here, you right here in this bottom corner. Let me see. I think I got the part where I just right here. I see a little one right here, and I see why too. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm gonna take it from a different angle this time. Backwards. Oh, what that I couldn't see. Oh, the needle came. The thread came over. Yeah, that was it. Why not? Just like why? Nope, not why. From there, anything else? Nope, it's right there. It's, I'm just might have to go in there. No, I'm not going to do that. When I go in, look, red. Red is iffy. That's some real shit. See, it's scary buying thread from like from places like Amazon. You never know. Ooh, It makes me mad sometimes. Let's put some of this stuff. Okay, we'll go to the bottom. It's just vinyl. It's just, oh yeah, it's just something on the bottom. Make sure it's not just thing. There's just something on the bottom. I'm about to say. Okay, let's go up. This. Go this here. Come on, this. There we are. Okay, let's see what we got with. We can grab you, baby. Let's see if we can grab you. Do. Let's see. Yes. Have you? Okay, let's do. Oh no, y'all. This shit is not grabbing that goddamn piece. It's right there. I'm just not going in for it. But I'm still going. I am. This tree is right here. What's going on? Why aren't you grabbing? It's like I need to take it loose and put you in between. Let me see. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. It's right there. Like if I come in a little more, I'll grab it. But I feel like the more I go in, I start messing with the shape. Let me go in. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, wait. Let me slide you in there. Let's see if I can grab you. Yeah. I feel like if I don't get it this time. I also see a little hole right up here. So I'm going to put a clip there. Right here. No, it's not. It's right. I see you actually. You're right here. Let's see. Right there. Okay. Is it easier to go this side? Your phone here. You're absolutely from here. You go to out here. Back to the bottom phone. Okay. I definitely know I got it this time if I get it. I'm sure it's that. Oh, let's see. Let's put the other way up. Right? Like you're not wanting to stitch. They look like a sticker. And it's probably the material that I'm using. For some reason. Please, please, got it. Please, 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 please. Yeah. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I keep missing. I don't understand it. Something happening. I'm gonna tighten these stitches up. We're gonna put it at a 2.5. Yeah, damn. Well, I got all but one. One of them, like it's almost like a stitch. It is skipping. It's the so it's this back. This material right here is like a vinyl, but it's not. It's slit and okay. I made a tighter stitch, which means it's smaller, right? And we're going to try this. Yeah. It just looked like a skip just now. I might need a little needle, but please, I don't put enough stitches in. Please, please, please. Why did it cut? I'm not sure. Yes, that got it. Yeah. Yep. Right. Okay. And then I said there's a hole right up here. Now see. See, I can put my finger. Probably can't see it, but this finger right there. See it? Tiny little hole there. I'll close that up. Itch. That's right into the it's really that okay. Right, I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go from down here to up there. And then got you down here. And here. If you want to move, sleeping on vegetables, baby, what you doing? Move, move, bro. No, that's the move. Everybody has been the hole is covered. Yes, the hole is taken care of. Okay. Let's see what we got done. I think it's over now. Make sure. Oh, I didn't get to right here. Wait, no, I think that might be this side. No, I gotta catch that bottom down here. But I'll show y'all what I mean. I like this. It looks so much better. The shape is formed real nice, and let me show you. So you can definitely see the shape of this one. And it's because on the other one, I had foam at the top, so it was rounded off a little bit. This one, because I didn't put the foam in the top, you could see the squareness to the top. No, that's good. Now, there's a little tiny piece. Y'all probably can't see it, but I can. Right there. And that's it. Get that. And then I could put on the other side. But it does look good. So it's right here in this corner. Put that in there. And it really does look good though. But I should have made my seam allowance a little bigger. I wouldn't have all these problems, but I did not need the big seam allowance. I want the bag to be as big as I needed, so that's my fault. But if I wanted to make some more of these, I would. Ouch! I gave up stuck me. Oh, if I made another one, I would make it cut the pattern a little bigger, so I can give myself a bigger seam allowance. But right now I'm working with a 4, which is small. Okay. Let's see how we're going to do this. It's a little tiny bit. I mean, it's a little bit. I'm talking about so minute, so little that nobody but me is really see it. There's another 2. I'll put you in. I can't remember which side it is on. So I'm gonna just go straight across. I think it is. Yes, I'm sorry. Okay. I can see which side it is. And the reason my seam allowance, see, because I kept some of that foam there, and so I wasn't really hitting seam allowance. Or it could have also shifted a little bit as well. It could be one of those 2 things. That is one of them, and we're about to fix it. You good? Oh, is that all right? Thank you. We had the butter, huh? A little bit. Oh, we didn't. You know, I like my bacon crispy. I remember my mom used to like crispy bacon, and I didn't. I used to like my bacon soft, but I don't like it soft anymore. Um, I mean, got the job for the breakfast. I mean, you got really, really, you don't want to move it. I should have cooked it. Oh, come on. See how that's squared off real nice there. Ah, I didn't get it. Look at it. It's right there. It's right there. It's bigger than it. I gotta go in. I'm gonna go in 8th of an inch from the last stitch. Oh man, serious. So you got in serious. You can't be so serious. If I'm gonna do a whole change in my seam allowance, to do it from one end to the next. Right, so I'm gonna start it from right down here. Okay, we're gonna change this to 3 though. Okay, and I do have to back stitch it. Close. Really don't want to keep remembering this. I'm never going. Feel like something keeps pushing this shit up on me. Feet on this man. It's vinyl. Okay, yeah, I got it. It's the vinyl though. That's what. We do it just like it's a beating 11. And in about 11. And you can't keep putting holes in it. So I have to be very careful. But my inside is more delicate than my outside. So and it's the back. Okay. Okay. Let's put, if you want to wear it like a backpack, you don't have to wear it. You don't want to. But if you do, you can. It is a nice size. Now I'm going to put on the other side. Stuck myself, and then I stuck myself where I stuck myself. Sticking myself, okay. For this time, I'm going to open the zipper at the top. But I'm going to have to have it open. Now we're going to find knit marks on this line up. You can find knit marks on the side if I wanted to, but this bag is so exact with the sizing is I could just mark the top and bottom and everything else a bit perfectly. Okay, so I'm not at the bottom and top, and then I just go around it, pin it. I do this corner, and then I do this corner. And then make sure that at that corner I do a sharp turn. I do have to make sure that when I'm sewing, that when I'm clipping, that I'm grabbing everything, because I think that's what my problem was last time, which so when I gather, I make sure that I'm grabbing both sides evenly. That way, one isn't not caught. Okay. So I'm paying attention this time, a little more detail. Paying more attention to details this time than last time. I gotta be careful right here. Right. I'm gonna cut that off so I can see that also. This is where the issue was. And I know exactly why there's an issue. There's a piece right here that overhangs. And that's because I mentioned that at here, it bigger. But then I didn't take into account for that when I started sewing. And that's my fault. But I'm gonna fix it on this side. This came on. Make sure we catch you over. And then here, spread it off right here. Ouch. That hurt. That really hurt. That hurt. That really hurt. Okay. If they're gonna skip on the clips, that's when I end up with mistakes like what I was fighting with over there. So this time I have a lot of clips. So, okay. Sometimes me doing things shortcut ends up costing me more time. I'm thinking I'm saving time, but I ended up having to re-sew that a few times. So what I'm doing, I'm gonna cut this off so I can see. I know that's too big right there. And sure. Not to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew this side and then I'll come back and I'm gonna make sure this is right before. Yeah, see that slid off. I'd be very careful because that did slide on. rock you with it, rock you. Right here. But a slip up will happen again if I don't go like this. I'm going to put it off like I did on that side. Okay. Let me look at the inside. How do I want to sew from the bottom? And I'm going to smush you all inward like this. See, I slid just now. There is another way I can do this where I guarantee to get it right the first time. But I don't know if I want to do it. Come on, let's do it. Do it. Do it to satisfy whatever it is. Do it. Do it to satisfy. Okay, I think I'm going to sew from. I don't want to miss anything, so I see that you slid a little bit right here. And I don't want that you slide, but you slid. Okay. I'm going to put a different type of clip right there. Because you sliding on me. Don't slide on me. I'm going to pay real close. Real close. Very, very careful. We're going to leave it at 3. A little bit you underneath. And then we'll see if we can grab. I'm ready. Lips just fell off. I hardly hit the ground, guys. That's not good. And then I just stop before I get all the way up. You see it? That's it. On the side. Okay, cool. Now, you never see it yet. You see it yet. Look. It's like, yes. Yeah. Watch. Right. There. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, what happened to the thread? Damn, man, how long did the thread stop working? Oh, the thread never worked. Ain't that up? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just sewing and there's no thread. And I just noticed because I wasn't paying attention to the thread. I was paying attention to where I was stitching, but I wasn't stitching nowhere. Oh man. I'm telling you, I have some issues with this thread. This is shit. I've been using this thread for a lot of things too. So this is my first time seeing it really break like this. But I am using some different um, materials, so that could be it. I like to think that that's it. It may not be it. Let me see. Oh, it was the bobbin. It wasn't even a thread. Ran out of bobbin. Oh, let's see here. I'm gonna eat my uh mm, my bacon. And humble bacon is great omelets, but I usually just want a mm, mm, I quit. I have to wind the bobbin, which doesn't take long, but um I'm gonna finish this bag later. Truth be told, all I have to do is put that side on. Wind the bobbin first. Put that side on. Then I'm gonna make some binding. Put it on that bag is done. The straps. This is the straps. I make the straps. Mm. One is for one bag, and the other is for the other bag. Mm. Look, but Should I because it slips. You gotta be very careful with the slippage. This is waterproof. I did put fleece behind it, and so it gives it like soft, and there's padding. So there's fleece and padding. It feels good. You can see on the side, it looks good. That's the pocket. And it goes all the way to the bottom. And so you got a pocket that goes all the way to the bottom. Let's see. It fits this phone really nicely. Okay. And there's some height to it too, if I do it that way. If I do it this way, it goes to about right here. This is the bottom of the phone. Okay, that's because this part is too it's on the butt. If I put it standing up, and the phone fit in nicely. Okay. I didn't put anything on this side of the bag. I could have put a pocket, and I still can, since it's not sewn on yet, but once I sew it on, that's it. To be honest, I don't think this is a bag that needs lots of pockets. This is not one of those bags that I think people use every single day. If they do, it's like more of a novelty bag. That means they wear it because they like it, but they not gonna put no books in it. You know what I mean? They may put their makeup, phone, maybe a tablet. You know, what I mean, a small notebook. So look, it's standing up even before it's sewn together. That's that foam, baby, that foam. That foam in the gusset. Got that bag standing up nice. And I do like that I didn't put which come at the top, because it is helping it give it a shape that I'm looking for. The other one, even though you could tell it has the shape, it's curved off because I put the padding in the gusset at the top. So far, this bag looks great without even being done. I like the checkerboard. I put the checker at the bottom of the bag as well, but I did not put it on the sides. Okay. And that's this the inside of the bag. What you see here is the inside of the bag. And the outside has that cross. Yes, I like it. Okay. If anybody looking for a bag like this, let me know. If you want this bag, yeah, this bag hasn't been purchased yet. So if you decide that you want this bag, it will be done over today or tonight, whenever I decide to wake up. This one is not gonna be that expensive compared to the last one, and that's because of the materials used. So even though this vinyl, this is what they call vegan leather. It is yeah, it's a nice green. It's this. If you steal something in this bag, you just wipe it up. Okay. The other one is vinyl, and I know it seems like that one will cost more, but The reason this will not gonna cost that more is because this is a tester bag for me. Okay. This is a tester bag. That means this is a bag that I made in order to test my pattern. So therefore, I'm going to cover the edges with binding. And then I'm going to write my pattern instructions. And then I'm going to put the pattern up for sale. I think. Not sure about that yet. I need to learn how to digitize a pattern. What does that mean? I'm going to take it, put it in PDF form. I'm also thinking about selling patterns to where people can buy them and I send it to you. It's not going to be like the patterns. It's not going to be sold like this, but like if for people who don't have printers at home to print the PDF. Hold up. Okay. Yeah, if you don't have a printer at home to print the PDF, I will print it and cut it and send it to you. I think I can make money doing that. You know, if there's a pattern online by another person, you could buy the pattern, send it to me, and I will print it and send it to you for a small fee. And I'll print it and cut it out and send it to you already cut. That way you don't have to worry about cutting the pieces. Now, if you want it like the fabric cut, then that's a whole nother thing. Okay, you have to buy the fabric, have it sent to me. Then I'll cut out the pieces that way for you as well. I have time on my hands and I need to make money. Okay. Yes, I definitely need to make money. I'm willing to work for the money. Okay. I could just be like, oh, give me money. But I'm gonna work for the money. I said I was gonna do some sewing things, but I'm gonna tell you there wasn't enough people interested. I know it's like 2 people say they will do it, and then when it comes down to it, they don't. So I'm a woman of my word. If I said I would do something, I would do it. But at the same time, I'm not gonna do it for no reason. I'm just gonna show people how to sew by hand. I even had a couple of projects that I thought would be cute. You can sew clothes by hand, by the way. Okay, but we're just gonna start off with something. If you're gonna sew, if you're gonna sew, I'm gonna start off with like a needle book. And we're gonna make a needle book together. And a needle book is just a little book that you make of fabric, so you can have your needles in it. Okay, so that's perfect for people who sew by hand because you have to have some good needles, your thimble. As soon as I was telling people I'm gonna do this, but they have to do this, then nobody does what I tell them they have to do. So shit, like sewing by hand when I have 5 sewing machines. I was only gonna do that for those of you who might want to learn, but I think, and it's okay. I think more people want to watch than learn. Nothing's wrong with that. I like watching things too. Like sometimes I watch people make different things, and I think it's I'll watch and listen to them. But as far as me sewing by hand, that's not something I'm into. I did see this woman. She made like art by sewing. It was so cute. I was thinking, oh my God, look how cute. Is it cute enough for me to do it? Nope. Okay. because I was thinking, what would I do with those little cute little pieces of art? I don't make quilts. So, yes, I do not make quilts. So not beneficial to me. But it was cute nonetheless. That's that side of the bag. This is the other side of the bag. This side has slip pocket. It's actually a welt pocket. Okay, it's built into the lining. A slip pocket is just a piece of fabric that you put over that you can slip things in. This is a welt pocket. Okay. Um, and once I sew this on, I'm going to then take some binding. Now I did cut. Remember I said I had a piece that I was originally going to put on the outside of that, but I could use that as binding. Let's see, what did I do with it? It's a strip. It may be over here. You know, things start falling around me. I get real busy, and then I start throwing things everywhere. So these on the bed, which I don't see. But anyway, this is refurbished materials, by the way. That's why this bag would be cheaper. But this is like a tablecloth that they used for my grandson's birthday party, and I straightened it with some interfacing, and that gave it a strength so it won't rip or tear. And then I used it, and because I like that black and white checker, and I was thinking, oh, refurbished that. By the way, it helps with our society, community, refurbished material. Let me show you what it is. It's right here. See? It is it's but it looks different on the bag versus here. That's because I straightened this, turned it into that. Okay. Who needs money for fabric when you can refurbish stuff? I like it. See how I added that? Now that was me correcting a mistake, but that absolutely looks great. And originally I was just using that for the top, and then I was like, oh, let me straighten it up. Okay, and not only that, but it was a tablecloth, so you could, if you weigh something in the bag, you just put something in one side. Okay. Now the outside, of course, is vinyl or vegan leather. Okay, I do want to sew this together right now, but I'm not. If y'all have a bag idea that you would like to see me make, let me know in the email. Okay. Because I'm running out of ideas. There is, there's only so many bags you can make, like backpacks. What is it called? Damn, like it's in my mind. That you put on your shoulders and usually made of canvas or leather. You put your tablet or your iPhone in. I can't think of the name of it right quick, but anyway, lawyers and different, people use them. Messenger bags. There you go. I'm gonna make messenger bags, purses, handbags, backpacks, slings, crossbody bags. It could be small bags just for your phone bag. It could be a sports bag. It could be a duffel bag, a small duffel, or a big duffel. Yes, but they are not cheap. And when I say cheap, you can't buy a bag for $20 from me. Like this bag with the reusable thing. I probably this bag could be something like $60. That's cheap because if you see anybody else selling coffin bags, they are 100 plus. This is vegan leather, and I think I'm gonna put this at like $60. If I put it higher, it'll be because I make 3 straps. If I make backpack straps and make a crossbody strap, then it's gonna cost a little more. But if I just add the 1 strap that could be convert this into a backpack, then I think it'll be 68, something like that. I'm not sure yet. And this strap is long, right? So when it's done, you can either put it like this, and it'll be adjustable. That's why it's so long. Okay, it's gonna be adjustable, so you can wear it across your body or on your shoulder, and then you take it, and you'll be able to put it in the back. You'll unclip it from this side to side, and you'll take one side, clip it at the bottom, then drive it through the top loop, and then clip the other side together, and that's when you'll be able to make it into a backpack. That's called a convertible bag. Okay, it converts into a backpack. The reason now, if you want, you will be able to purchase your own back straps if you want, and keep them on. You can purchase from me or someone else if you want. But I will give you 1 strap for this bag because this is a smaller bag. Okay? But if I make the crossbody and the back straps, then it's gonna cost a little more, yes. Because when I make straps, even though it's a small piece of fabric, it's a very long piece. So I would end up having to make 2, 3 straps for this 1 bag. I would have to make the crossbody strap and the 2 straps that go on the back. It does take 2, right? 1 arm goes on this side, or it could be just a sling, right? 1 strap from here to here, or from here to there. You'll be able to do that with this too, because it will have a hook at the top. But it's gonna have hooks. Wait, how am I doing that? Yeah, it's gonna have hooks on both sides of the strap. So you can hook it here and hook it there. Or you could take it, hook it here, bring it through here, and then hook it there. It's this bag looks good. Oh. Anyway, y'all, I'm gone. I'm gonna eat, and then I'm not sleepy. I've been up all night, but I think I'm gonna lay down because I have been not getting much sleep. I've been going to sleep maybe around 2, and then I've been waking up about 8. So what that is, 6 hours. That's not bad. But I know I have family members who passed away, so they're my mom's sister, and I haven't seen my aunt in so many years. This is too bad. But I have a shitload of cousins, and then my cousins, second cousin, and third cousins. Like, just from that family, that's a big family. Like, she had a large family, and then they mostly girls. I think she had 1 or 2 boys. The rest were all girls. who had families. Like my mom's side family is huge, but my dad's side family is huge also, man. Okay. And I'm at an age where, as I'm older, my aunts and uncles are older and they're passing away, man, and I don't like it. Mhm. And I feel like, how would I feel if it was my mom was still here? Like my mom would be so hurt that her sisters and brothers are passing away. She would be so hurt. So that's how I think of it. I think of it, oh my God, like my mom will be hurt, which means I'm hurt. Um, yeah. Okay.